like we always do about this time.
I don't
What is going on, y'all? It's your girl, Black Mama Waters.
What's good, Walker? I'm in the building.
And of course,
we had the wrong thing, y'all.
We about to bang on these niggas. I'm from the murder cap. What's up, capital? What's up, capital? What's up, capital? What's up,
there was a
capital?
whole technical difficulty.
Nigga.
That nigga.
That's why they call me that nigga.
God.
Steal that nigga. Nigga.
Steal that nigga.
Welcome to another episode of I Often Wonder. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. Before you do anything else and before you decide to eavesdrop into this new conversation, make sure you click it,
follow,
click it,
follow,
subscribe,
click,
all that,
follow,
right there. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and like, and do us even a favor, share the video with everybody, anybody, your enemies, your family, your friends.
Damn, even enemies?
Enemies. The Bible says keep
damn.
your enemies closer than your family and friends. So, you know, that's the word.
Right.
That's the good word. That's what it is. So on today, this is Mar's topic today.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is Mar has, we don't know what he's been on.
Let me set the scene for you.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. Wait. I forgot. Before we even get into the
Oh,
topic.
Lord. She said she had something.
Oh, okay.
For those who watched Friday's episode, this was the man's edition.
Yeah.
And I just want y'all both to know, especially you, I'm going to shove you in your throat. How dare you? Just because I'm not here.
Already.
Sit here and say I got all these STIs and whatnot.
You know, I be saying stuff.
Really?
I forgot about it already.
Really?
I was like, what's she talking about? I was like, it's Friday. They got you know how much stuff I said between now and Friday?
I watched the episode and I was like, did he
Hey, I tried to have your back.
You did, but then you joined in with him. I was like, all right, Mar got me.
I'm enticing. I throw that bait out there.
No, I had your back, and what had happened was that demon spirit that's in him.
It transferred on him.
I gotta talk shit. See,
I said,
and then
wait.
it went back out. See,
I said, wait till I see these jokers. Just wait.
Right
wait till I see them.
Right when you said that, I was like,
that's not what happened? I must have been.
Tell the world the truth.
I must have been misinformed.
I
must have been misinformed. I'm sorry. I thought that's.
oh,
I heard. I listened to the wrong grapevine. I'm sorry.
For all that were wondering where I was during the man's edition, Please don't make me be old school like Mama with a comb and pop you in the middle of your forehead.
Is that the fan? What is that?
No, there go that demon spirit.
That's that. All right, you better be careful. Make sure it don't transfer onto you.
What the heck is going on?
I was out on that episode. I had been around somebody who had COVID-19, so I had to get tested. And don't make me slap you. My test results came back negative, or I would not.
I haven't seen them, nigga. I ain't seen them.
Do you want me to call you? I mean, we can call and put them online.
Oh, he said he want receipts.
Right, that's no problem. I can pull up some receipts. I can pull up some receipts, but that's why I wasn't here. So if you don't know what we're talking about,
Did we eventually say that, dude?
We did, but I don't remember. But either way,
So you was looking at the wrong thing. You just saw the part where Lamar said it was COVID-19.
Listen, I heard that part, but I was more focused on the part that you were trying to clown me. What if my future husband was watching?
First of all,
he has a right to know.
That would be my discretion.
If you dripping, he need to know.
Sir.
I'm sorry.
Apologize.
Huh?
Sir.
He's sorry. Go ahead. Oh, nigga, I said he was sorry.
No, you apologize. You the one that started. I will pop you again.
What I do wrong?
Y'all, listen, I'm old school. I
told you I was misinformed. I was misinformed.
Hey, misinformed.
Yeah, I heard it through the wrong grapevine.
My bad.
My bad. I heard through the wrong grapevine.
Today's show. Now set up the scene. Set up the scene.
Can I touch this now?
Yes, go right ahead. I'm gonna use my comb to fix my hair. Set up the scene for the next time.
With a silver spoon, bro.
All you hear is Donald Trump and all of them talking about fear. We're the ones getting killed. We're the ones getting shot. We're the ones that we're denied to live in certain communities. We've been hung. We've been shot. And all you do is keep hearing about fear. It's amazing to me why we keep loving this country and this country does not love us back. And it's really so sad. Like, I should just be a coach. And it's so often reminded of my color. You know, it's just really sad. We got to do better. But we got to demand better. Like, it's funny. We protest and they send riot guards, right? They send people in riot outfits. They go to Michigan with guns and they're spitting on cops and nothing happens. The training has to change in the police force. The unions have to be taken down in the police force. My dad was a cop. I believe in good cops. We're not trying to defund the police and take all their money away. We're trying to get them to protect us, just like they protect everybody else. I didn't want to talk about it before the game because it's so hard. Like, just keep watching it. That video, if you watch that video, you don't need to be black to be outraged. You need to be American and outraged.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Doc Rivers, man. Hey, he got some strong clout around the NBA.
Wow. So if y'all didn't know what we were talking about, or you didn't have any idea with that clip being played, we're talking about the NBA and the protests that they did, the games that were canceled. That's what our topic's going to be on today.
Yeah, they pretty much set off a big sports-wide protest. I mean, you saw Major League Baseball do it.
Mm-hmm. NHL.
What?
Soccer did too. Tennis.
Yeah, tennis had a couple events get canceled. I mean, pretty much anything that's playing sports right now on American soil for sure pretty much got canceled.
Handball.
Racquetball.
Hopscotch. We are not double dutching today.
Double dutch tournaments got canceled. No.
Ultimate Frisbee.
They killing niggas. We ain't doing none of that.
We will never try another Frisbee.
Never again.
Hey,
no.
The hookers came off the corner. We are not turning no tricks for today.
No, not even that, bro.
They're still there. Trust and believe.
They still collected that money.
They need their money. They gotta pay their bills.
I must have listened to the wrong grapevine again.
Wrong grapevine again. Y'all, but that's how y'all make y'all at it.
On some real, like, it's crazy because a lot has happened, and because that was what, Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Thursday.
Thursday was the first day. Mm-hmm. Friday they canceled. Then Saturday went back.
Right.
Well, no, it was Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday?
Had to been Wednesday.
Wednesday they canceled. Yes.
Yeah, Wednesday they canceled.
Thursday and Friday they were.
Thursday they canceled again. Friday they was talking about going back, but ended up not. And I guess they had some kind of meeting between their players coalition and owners. Mm-hmm. That was Thursday.
Okay.
So then I guess they decided to come back Saturday.
All right.
So my beef that I had with the protest is that if you're going to protest. Mm-hmm. But like, to me, you going back so soon, like your protest didn't last that long. So exactly. I mean, I'm assuming they got some things organized. You know, I've seen a couple tweets and.
How do you organize that quickly though? That's part of my beef.
I mean, I got a feeling that at the end of the day, between the collective bargaining agreement and the owners, that once coming back from the pandemic and going into the bubble in Orlando that they had to have something in writing about money-wise, contract obligations. So I don't know if if they had some kind of writing in there about protesting or not, because the NBA's kind of been more progressive with letting players speak their mind and speak their truth.
Right.
So
that's why I can't be signed to no contract like that, because you're talking about for me, you're talking about something that is national, and there is pretty much almost 70% of the NBA that is black men.
Yeah.
So them walking off the court is very, very big volume. That is.
That shuts down the league. I don't care I don't care how many white boys or European boys you think you can get to make the NBA entertaining. You take away that 70%. Good luck keeping the same product. Good luck keeping those same fans. You're not gonna have the same product, because that was for every black boy growing up. That was their escape. That was their woosah was going out to the court or to the field and playing a pickup game until sports in general.
Because
it's always been an
kids couldn't get to gyms like that.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Even if they had it at home, that was the privilege. So you went outside and you played, and not only that, you got kicked out the house. Don't you come in my house until the street light is on.
Till the lights come on.
So that was all you knew. And that, even as a woman, that's, for us, that was our thing. Girl, we're going over to the basketball court to watch the men play ball.
I think where I'm lost in translation at is that how is it that no one listened to Kyrie Irving in the beginning? When he said, if you want to affect change, because they were already talking about returning from the regular season that probably had maybe 2 weeks left when the pandemic hit.
Yeah, something like that. 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks. So Kyrie is like, then George Floyd happened. So Kyrie's like, if you want to affect change, and a lot of these NBA players, we know who they are, they like to be very outspoken about civil rights and stuff.
Right.
So he said, if you want to affect the change, don't go back and play.
Right.
Which is 100% true. Because when you make up 70% of the league, you pretty much have that power. I mean, if you don't show up, there's no product.
They have to cancel at that
you
point.
are the product. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't show up, there's no money to get made. And that's how you affect the 29 owners who are pretty much older white guys. Then you got Michael Jordan, who's a 30th owner, but he's not a
majority owner.
Yeah, well, he's a majority owner, but he doesn't own 100%.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So at the end of the day, his percentage don't even probably match half the other guys. His money don't even match half those owners in that room.
And that's part of the problem. Why are we Why are we at the percentage of 70%? We are the product. We are the foreface. We are the front of the NBA. But yet we don't have enough owners in not even in that sport, but even in football, or in any sport that we are majority ruling in.
None in football.
Like that's
they keep blocking them for football.
Right, but there again, it's one thing. Now, don't get me mistaken.
Go ahead.
Don't get me mistaken. It's great that they decided to take a stand during this type of movement. That's wonderful. I commend them on that. But you have to also be boisterous about your own career and the venue that you're in.
Right,
so if you don't see enough of your fellow brothers and sisters being able to run and do what need to be done, then you got to be like the old school, with baseball. Start your own league. There's too many of us in there that aren't money. Right. You're sitting on money on top of money. That's why they're trying to force y'all to hurry up and get back to the court. Is because guess what? That's money going in their pockets.
Right.
Straight up.
That's what I don't understand. But what's really crazy is Donald Trump.
Yeah, but they can't even get on the same page. Because I've seen reports where the players, they all was I guess some of them were taken back by the Bucks all of a sudden wanting to forfeit the game or not play as a protest. And all of a sudden they felt like, well, we feel like we have to now because you guys did it. Like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, you don't have to. My thing is like, they're saying they want to be proactive, and I get it because you have that platform,
Right.
But if you're gonna do it, you got to be on the same page, and they not even together as players.
But not only that,
It's a microcosm of the whole movement.
yeah, and not only that, say, of course we already know somebody's not gonna make as much as LeBron's gonna make.
Of course not.
Okay, but every last one of those players signed a contract. That's when you look at the stipulations of your contract, because in there, I guarantee they didn't put nothing in there about a protest or a walkout per se. So you look and see what's in the guidelines of your contract to see what you can do to be more effective.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I don't know the details on that. But
Even if the details say that,
Yeah.
if all of them walk out, they're not gonna fire everybody.
That part.
They don't have nothing.
No.
Right.
That's
Because they're going to have to hire you right back.
right. So the thing is, that's their power move.
Yeah.
That's their leverage.
Fuck the money up.
You know what I'm saying? You mess that money up, they listen.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? They that's why that's the biggest thing about. Oh, go ahead.
That's part of the problem with our culture. We see a dollar sign and we waste that dollar sign on so much unnecessary stuff. Like
Gucci.
Right, and I'll put it this way: I love Cam Newton, love him to death. Great, he's coming.
Please
to
don't get this nigga started.
No, please don't.
I mean, he's coming to my team. So I love him when he first. Let me put it this way: I love him when he first came out because he came out with a purpose. Now he done got into the lifestyle, and that lifestyle done changed his view, and he act all kinds of crazy.
That was the same motherfucker.
Well, for me, I saw a difference, but
I told you don't get this nigga started.
But you're spending all this money on unnecessary outfits and jewelry and stuff that you ain't gonna be able to do nothing with.
Hey.
And instead of taking that money and putting it towards a foundation, or taking that money and putting it towards, for instance, with the Black Lives Matter movement, putting it towards that to where you can have a certain platform to stand on and say, okay, yes, I'm walking out, but I've already been supporting this cause no matter what. Instead of just using this one little opportunity. Okay, you walked out for a couple of days, y'all right back in there.
Yeah.
It's just like if they say, let's boycott or nobody watch channel CNN for such amount of time.
Yeah.
You still gonna have people watch it because guess what? That's what they do. So if you want to actually be firm in what you're saying, then you got to find the loopholes in your contract and be straightforward and stand on it. You can't be teeter-totting and doing all this other kind of stuff. Like that's annoying to me.
I never, me personally, I never put stock into people who have big platforms like that, like celebrities like that, and wanting them to be, because I just feel like they serve their purpose. Like, speak about it. Yeah. That's it. I feel like that should be, I'm not saying that they can't personally go on and advocate for things like that and be involved. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as in that platform right there, just speak on it. Right. Because it does start the conversation. But then just let it be that part. And then let the actual foot soldiers do the actual war. You know what I'm saying?
But the question is, how often are they going to need to be speaking on it?
Well, I think that, and I've said it before in the past, I think that everybody should play their role.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is piggybacking off what you were saying.
Oh, no, trust me. My take was definitely piggybacking off.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. No. Just letting it flow. No, but for real, though, you know, if you look at it from this standpoint, everybody, if they play, let me say it like this. There's many prongs to this. Yeah. You know, and we can't just attack it, you know, from one direction. That's it. We need to attack it from all over every direction. So, being these superstars, celebrities, and stuff like that, use your platform to be the voice. Yes. Right. But then at the same time, connect to those who are on the street so you know what to say.
But you know
how to say it.
But you know who they can connect to that can actually make the change in power?
What's that?
The owners.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Because they did have a sit down and have a conversation.
Right.
Whatever came about that.
Right.
Has it been fully disclosed with everybody? And so.
But that okay.
I did see a tweet.
The owner thing is good.
Yeah.
But I think the owner's part is probably more financial to help infuse money into the movement and maybe to kind of affect change in the NBA itself. But I'm talking about in the community as a whole.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. If that's what it's always been, the protest is about affecting community from these NBA players and any sports player that has that huge platform, then I'm saying like the only way you can do that, in my opinion, is to demand that your owners do it.
Right,
because the owners got the motherfuckers in the phone, and they can dial them up at any second. It's like, yo, these motherfuckers is fucking up my money. This is their demands. They said they want social justice for all races. They
want the name Black Lives Matter on the court. Because even if you break it down, if you break it down, every team has a stadium of their own. Just for instance, they want the Black Lives Matter on the floor of every stadium.
Well, I don't.
I'm just using that for example.
I know, but like to me, that whole symbolic shit is irrelevant. It gets nothing done.
Well, here's my take on that. So concerning statues, concerning putting up Black Lives Matter, all that stuff. In a small, minute thing, yes, it means nothing. However, if you look at the Black Americans in this country, how we've been raised since we've been in this country, we've been bombarded with symbolic things.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
I would have to agree.
Because think about, I think about this today. I remember when I used to watch the Super Friends. I used to watch that kind of stuff, Superman, all that stuff. And then when they finally introduced a black character, my mind said this don't look right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so used to seeing white characters being portrayed.
Yeah.
Then, everywhere I go, I'm seeing, when I read my history books in class, I'm seeing white patriots.
Yeah.
I'm seeing everything being whitewashed.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I got older to know how much black people played a part, not in this country, in the world.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that until I got older. Now, going back to the statues, and I'm just using that as an example. Everywhere I go, I'm seeing these statues of racist people, right?
Oh, yeah.
As a while, that plays...
Name on buildings.
Right. And play on your school, all that stuff. That plays a part in your psyche. So taking that stuff down is a step, but it shouldn't be the only step.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so if you focus on just that, then it means nothing.
And then I just thought about it too. Yeah. You got to think about our culture. We are a artistic culture. So a lot of things, when they couldn't say anything, I remember my dad and I used to have a conversation. A lot of times when they couldn't say anything, they wrote stories.
Cup your mouth, nigga. You got that COVID.
They wrote stories.
That's more like COVID-20.
They made songs. Shut up. They drew pictures. They did all the kind of things. So
lots of art.
Yeah. I have to say you definitely just changed my whole perspective on that, because even though it's a small part, it plays a big part into who we are and how we were upraised.
And I get that. But at the end of the day, this symbolism, does it stop?
It doesn't.
But I'm saying, does it stop Breonna Taylor from getting
right?
killed?
And that's not the point. I don't want to harp on that because I don't want. Well, let me say this because not just to you, but because other people listen. I don't want it to make it sound like I'm saying that we should just focus on that only.
I totally get what you're saying.
Right.
It helps with the psyche. That helps start breaking down the walls.
Right.
I get that.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, as in right now, where does the Black Lives Matter on the court and on the back of the jerseys, where does that put the 3 cops in jail for what they did to Breonna Taylor?
And that's when you add your stipulations to it.
Yeah.
If you're going, if we're going to say we're not going to play another game until you guys put these Black Lives Matter until we until we see justice for Breonna Taylor. WNBA, they got Breonna Taylor's name on their jerseys. They did the white shirts with the bullet holes.
For Jacob,
so that was great. That's wonderful. That's a wonderful representation of symbolism. But at the same time, I took a knee, but I'm not going to get up from taking this knee until I see those cops in jail.
Right.
There has to be some kind of stipulation that's tied to it in order for there to be justice. But at the same time, you can't get justice. Like you said, they're not on one accord. but you're also not on one accord because you got people like your president, and I'm saying y'all because he's not my president, saying that he feels like the protest and the sit down is destroying the NBA.
Now I want to bring up one more point.
Go ahead.
I think I saw AD Anthony Davis put out a tweet that said if the owners don't keep up to their word, we will protest again. Or someone, I'm paraphrasing, let's say we won't play again. So to me, it sounds like there's some kind of agreement that was made. And they went back to playing after sitting out 3 days.
Right.
So my thing is like, why? I know they want to finish the season. I get all that. And you say you got the owner's word.
Right.
But these motherfuckers got lawyers that can find loopholes on loopholes on loopholes.
Right.
At the end of the day, to me, I feel until your demands were met, I wouldn't have stepped on the court.
I agree. I agree with that.
Fuck a championship.
I agree with that.
Leave that season with no champion. And that hurts the bottom.
That hurts more than anything else.
You, fuck up the money, those motherfuckers will go crazy.
Right.
That's the only way you can talk to old white billionaires with billions of fucking dollars is talk money with them.
And that theory is not even just for old white billionaires.
No.
You know, as a woman, that was one of the main things that mama and grandma said, you want to hurt him in his pockets. Hurt him where it's going to hurt him in his pockets. Hence why people don't want to get divorced because I'm going to hurt you in your pockets.
Cheaper to keep her.
Hello. And that goes the same way.
It's a crime to kill her.
You know, it goes the same way even in this situation. Granted, you know, you don't look at it as a marriage, but you have to because you're married to this team. You're married, unfortunately, to this owner because, and that's my other thing. You have an owner of a team, which means you're pretty much a slave, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show. That's a whole nother rampage and a rabbit hole that I'm not going to go into today. But if they're making agreements in turn,
owner always means owning of something,
right?
Owner of property.
And that's
70% of Negroes in the NBA are property.
Exactly. Did you got a question?
No, he's saying.
Oh yeah. Listen, he threw me off. I didn't know. He threw me off today. I was into this conversation.
It's, I guess, because my mind, and I'm always been radical. I've just always been that way.
Did you say you always been rattled?
Radical.
Oh,
radical.
I was gonna say there's some rattling going on in your brain.
Yeah, it probably is. Rattle. But I've always been radical, and I think for me, I just wouldn't have played.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've been broke before.
Yeah.
That don't scare me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't scare me, and I think that you know, they looking at and I'm not there, so we only do is speculate. But if the players looking at it from a money perspective, and that's all they see is, well, I want to play because I don't want to mess up my money. Okay, here's my thing. If we don't get uncomfortable, there will not be any change. So then, what's the point of doing all that stuff if you're not gonna go all the way? You're just going through the motions.
Perfect.
You're just going through the motions.
So
are you doing it for show?
Or are you?
You know what I'm saying? Because think about if Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, all them people never got arrested. You know what I'm saying? You never know how far they was gonna go. They had to get arrested. They had to get beat. They had dogs, you know, biting them, and they had to get beat with sticks. It was part of the process.
Yep.
So, you know, and you saying you look up to these civil rights leaders, but you're not gonna go all the way. So my thing is, going back to my original point, just use your platform and let the other people do the work.
Do the work.
You know what I'm saying? And that way, everybody's playing their part.
And we ain't gonna fault you.
We ain't gonna fault you
because at the end of the day, they did their part.
Right. And if everybody stays connected, you're still an extension onto the whole movement.
And this is why I say they shouldn't have went back to play. Because I bet you that had they all decided to sit out for the rest of this little bubble season, whatever.
Right.
And if they all was on one accord,
right,
and you say you're your brother's keeper, I'm pretty sure they would have not let not one person go broke.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure there'd have been other black celebrities that got plenty of money.
I would say, but not only that,
you.
if you smart enough, and this is again going what I always say goes wrong with our culture when it comes to money. If you're making all this money, you should have enough in a savings somewhere in case something like this happens. Or in case something goes wrong in your family and you need to come up with this money all of a sudden. Because you can't feel no GoFundMe because you already got too much money. Ain't nobody going to give towards you.
Right, you can't be out here stunting like that.
Again,
you know what I'm saying? You need to be, there's a movement.
You better.
So I'm gonna have to sacrifice for this movement.
Hey,
and all of that,
I can't buy this Benz this year.
Right. And here's I want to say this. I want to bring this point up too. So I was reading. There was an article talking about how Puffy is putting all these different billboards up and stuff like that. You know, trying to bring awareness. But here's my thing: if you really want to affect change in the community, invest in small Black businesses. Invest in content creators like ours. You know what I'm saying? Or invest in small bakeries.
Yep.
Invest in small catering business. Because see, when you do that, and if everybody keeps this in mind, so say for instance, let me use as an example. Say he invested in our platform.
Right.
Okay, we get out and we start making money. Then we take that same thing, that same idea, that same ideology, and invest in a smaller platform. Mm-hmm. And then once they come up, invest in a smaller platform.
Multiply it.
And keep going until
we
now.
We don't die, we multiply.
Right. And now you building infrastructure. Now you building economic foundation, economic stability. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Now you building something that the community as a whole can stand on, because now you're bringing up people.
Mm-hmm. But that's the problem. That is where the Caucasian community has it up on us, because they will sit there and invest in one another, even if it's a pipe dream. Mm. They'll invest in one another until they see that person become something. Right. But we're too busy trying to hold on to $1 or rub 2 nickels together, or think, oh, somebody's better than me. Or it's just like I say all the time. I got plenty of friends. All 3 of us have catering businesses. Mm-hmm. For perfect example, I had a catering business that was still under the radar when one of my friends got married. I could have easily sat there and said, "Hey, I got a catering business." No. One of our other friends recommended Jamel's company. Mm-hmm. I didn't go and try to throw shade on his company. No, he's a great person. I work with him. His company's good. I know the taste of his food. Right. But if we can't do that and we can't put our own pride aside,
hell, I could probably help volunteer and help do the wedding with you, bro.
And then I was one of the hostess. I was one of the hostess and still was coming back like, yo, y'all need anything? You good? Jamel, y'all good? It's about unifying. This is my thing with the movement, and I know it pulls away, but it goes with the same concept. If we're going to say Black Lives Matter, then we need to unify first and understand that Black lives is not just about the killings and everything else is going on.
It's about investing in the future.
It's about bringing back Black Wall Street, making sure that we have that foundation, making sure that we're spreading the word for everybody else that wants to go ahead and do something, because you got all these dreams and all these people that have all these great ideas, but they don't have the money or they don't have the knowledge to get it done.
The backing, the funding, things like that. Yeah.
So, and the same things with the NBA. You have all this money in your pocket. You could be, you might not say nothing publicly about the Black Lives Matter because you're for whatever reason. But you could easily say, I'm still supporting it because guess what? I went down to my old neighborhood and I did X, Y, and Z and invested into another child's dream.
Right.
Or I made sure that another Black little boy can go to school and get outside of this racial injustice that we have to face in America today, and make sure that he can go to college. I did this, and that. It's not always about having just to take a knee or to do anything like that. It's about, what are you saying once this movement ends? Because we've been crying Black Lives Matter since the beginning of civilization. So what are you doing once the cameras go off? Once you move away from that court, what are you doing that is going to sit there and say, I always stand behind my people and my culture?
Yeah. Right. And I mean, I'll give them props. There's a good amount of players that have their own foundations and they do the legwork in the community. So I will never downplay.
I never downplay that.
I'm just putting it out there because I don't want nobody drop anything in the comments and try to make it seem like that we just bashing on this whole situation. They will always give my respect for what they do in the community. I just think that this was a real half-ass protest.
I just think it's a different time.
Yeah.
It's a different time, and now this time it's time now for radical change.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's at a boiling point.
Hey, what the NFL gonna do? I'm curious about them.
Ooh.
See, the NFL is a whole different beast.
A way different beast.
You know what I'm saying?
Because now Roger Goodell all of a sudden we should have listened to Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
4 years later, so I'm just.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but what you gonna do now?
They still gonna play.
Well, because you gotta understand the NFL has more media power than the NBA,
Right.
And NFL has always been up here, and the rest of the American sports down here.
Right.
So like football in general is just a culture monster across the U.S.
Right.
So I'm curious to see what those motherfuckers gonna do.
Nothing.
Well, I was thinking the same thing because if you think about it right now,
Because I'm watching my sports feed.
They don't have nothing to lose.
I'm watching my sports feed every day,
Yeah.
right? I don't see. You see a few players here and they're saying something,
Yeah.
but you don't see a movement. Like at least with NBA, you seeing. I see like Stephen A. Smith said this. Or I see. I'm just talking even the media people.
I'm just
you know
saying
what I'm
maybe a couple of teams didn't practice,
right, something like that. But you're not seeing like a whole thing saying you don't hear nobody talking about. We think about sitting out.
Yeah,
or we think about it's like we got to play football
because
you got Deion telling them y'all need to play. Y'all need to play.
This will be
let me say I want to bring up Herschel Walker.
Oh no, that's another.
I want to bring up Herschel Walker.
Hold on. I want you to hold that,
okay?
Because we can turn into another show.
Okay,
about other motherfuckers that
y'all stay tuned.
Like that. Please
stay tuned.
Hold that.
I'm ready for this.
Oh no, because I
saw thick neck, thick head nigga.
And on that note, before he goes on, because I see it already we just wanted to give
about to go left.
His mind already gone there. We just wanted to talk briefly about this. We've done shows with the Black Lives Matter since the beginning of this movement. And one of the things that we said on the first show is that we will continue to support and use our platform as a voice.
Donald Trump is a friend. Bro, I saw that video. Now my wrap it up.
He's my friend.
I'm telling you, that little demon almost got me. That little demon almost got me.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in.
You got Lamar got all the merch.
Yeah, I wasn't. I haven't got. Both of y'all got the merch.
So you
about
to wrap it up tight. You about to wrap that up like a condom.
Make sure you guys have
bike mush.
Yeah, make sure you guys have definitely gone to the Patreon page and signed up for that. We do have all the merch. You have the new hoodies that are now in. Why don't put the hood on? We also have the part of the J.E. Irwin collection. Edwin, sorry.
Yeah. Irwin's the other nigga.
Yeah, Irwin's the other nigga. My mind is still wrapped up on this. My mind is telling me no. It's a whole lot going on. But make sure you guys do that. Here he go with his songs.
But my body telling me yeah.
See that demon?
He don't want to hurt nobody.
I don't want to hurt nobody.
But it's something he got to say.
And finalize a lot of stuff with our 50 shows in 50 states. So if you want to be behind the scenes and have all that access, make sure you are part of our Patreon page.
What's popping?
Make sure that you guys have gone to the website. You'll find everything that you need on the website, from older videos to links to all the sites that we are on. The website is www.ioften19.com. Make sure that you guys are just staying tuned. We got a lot of great stuff coming up. So until next time, I'm your girl Black Bubba Water.
Welcome, more.
And of course,
it's that nigga.
That nigga. I can't do nothing with him today.
Yeah.